Unveiling the myth, the true power of Black women's vulnerability. Welcome to a revolutionary conversation that will challenge everything you thought you knew about strength, resilience, and what it truly means to be a powerful Black woman in today's world. I'm thrilled to share with you the groundbreaking insights from my recent interview with LeAnne Dolce, a visionary leader who's reshaping the landscape of Black women's wellness and personal development. LeAnne's work is nothing short of transformative, igniting a movement that's empowering Black women to redefine success, embrace vulnerability, and prioritize their well-being in ways we've never seen before. Imagine for a moment a world where Black women are celebrated not just for their resilience, but for their rest. A world where vulnerability is seen as a superpower, not a weakness. A world where asking for help is viewed as wisdom, not failure. This isn't just a dream. It's a revolution that's already underway, and it's time for all of us to join. For generations, we've been fed a powerful myth, the myth of the strong Black woman. You know her. She's the one who handles everything life throws at her without breaking a sweat. She's the backbone of her family, the pillar of her community, the unshakable force in her workplace. She does it all, she handles it all, and she never, ever complains. It's a beautiful image, isn't it? Inspiring, empowering, and absolutely destroying us from the inside out. Here's the truth that LeAnne Dolce and our Wake Up Happy Sis community have uncovered. This strength we've been taught to idolize is often a mask for deep pain, unaddressed trauma, and a dangerous cycle of self-neglect. It's time to rip off that mask and embrace a new definition of strength, one that includes vulnerability, boundaries, and radical self-care. Let's start with some cold, hard facts. Black women experience higher rates of anxiety, depression, and chronic stress-related conditions than any other demographic group. We face disproportionate rates of hypertension, heart disease, and immune disorders, often linked to chronic stress. Despite these alarming health challenges, we're less likely to seek mental health support or prioritize preventative health care. Why? Because we've internalized the belief that seeking help is a sign of weakness, that putting ourselves first is selfish, that showing vulnerability means we're not strong enough to handle our business. But here's the counterintuitive truth. Real strength isn't about how much you can endure. It's about having the courage to be fully human, to ask for help, to rest when necessary, and to pour into yourself so that you can genuinely thrive, not just survive. Let me introduce you to Janelle, a 42-year-old corporate executive in our community. Janelle built her career on being the one who could handle anything. When her doctor told her her blood pressure was dangerously high, she still scheduled 3 meetings that afternoon. It took collapsing in the boardroom for Janelle to realize she wasn't invincible. Janelle's story isn't unique. It's playing out in boardrooms, homes, and communities across the country. We're watching brilliant, capable Black women slowly burn out, break down, and suffer in silence because they believe that's what strength looks like. But what if we've got it all wrong? What if the strongest thing a Black woman can do is admit she needs help? What if setting boundaries is actually more powerful than saying yes to everything? What if rest isn't a reward for productivity, but a necessity for life? This isn't just feel-good talk. There's hard science backing this up. Dr. Cheryl Woods, GISCOM's groundbreaking research at the University of North Carolina has definitively linked adherence to the strong Black woman ideal with alarming health outcomes. Women who strongly identify with the superwoman role show higher allostatic loads because that's the physiological consequence of chronic stress. They exhibit elevated inflammatory markers and stress hormones like cortisol. They demonstrate increased risk for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and autoimmune disorders. In other words, this stereotype isn't just annoying, it's literally killing us. But here's the good news. We have the power to change this narrative, and it starts with embracing a new definition of strength. Old definition, pushing through pain, always saying yes, putting everyone else first, never complaining, handling everything alone. New definition, acknowledging your humanity, setting healthy boundaries, asking for help when needed, prioritizing your well-being, building community, expressing your full range of emotions. This shift isn't easy. It requires unlearning generations of conditioning. It means facing fears of being seen as weak or not Black enough. It demands that we confront the deep-seated belief that our worth comes from our ability to endure suffering. But the rewards are immeasurable. When we embrace this new definition of strength, we open ourselves up to genuine connection, improved health outcomes, and a level of personal fulfillment many of us have never experienced. Let's talk about Monique, a 53-year-old entrepreneur in our Wake Up Happy Sis community. Monique grew up watching her mother work 3 jobs, care for her grandparents, and raise 4 kids without ever complaining. She thought that's what strength looked like. Monique followed that example until her anxiety got so bad she couldn't leave her house. Through our community, Monique learned that she wasn't betraying her mother's legacy by taking care of herself. She was honoring it by breaking cycles and showing her daughters a healthier way to live. Today, Monique runs a successful business while prioritizing her mental health, setting clear boundaries, and modeling balanced strength for the next generation. This transformation isn't just personal, it's professional too. The corporate world is finally catching up to what we've always known. There's incredible power in our full humanity. Progressive organizations are moving away from traditionally masculine definitions of leadership toward models that value emotional intelligence, vulnerability, and authentic expression. Companies like Spotify, Netflix, and Salesforce are actively promoting cultures where vulnerability is seen as a leadership strength. McKinsey & Company research shows that companies with inclusive leadership styles outperform their peers by 35% in profitability. What does this mean for you? It means that embracing your full humanity, including your need for rest, support, and self-care, isn't just good for your health. It's good for your career, too. But let's be clear, this isn't just about individual self-care. The most innovative challenge to the strong Black woman, stereotype, moves beyond individual solutions to models of collective care and community responsibility. This perspective recognizes that the burden shouldn't be on individual Black women to simply self-care harder, but on creating systems and communities that distribute support more equitably. In our Wake Up Happy Sis community, we've created systems where groups of women share childcare, meal preparation, and emotional support. We've built professional circles where Black women executives mentor each other and provide backup during crises. We're reimagining what it means to be strong together, not just individually. This is more than personal development. It's revolutionary work. It's healing work. It's legacy work. Every time a Black woman sets a boundary, asks for help, or prioritizes her own well-being, she's not just changing her own life. She's creating ripples that affect generations to come. Imagine a world where Black girls grow up seeing their mothers, aunties, and community leaders modeling balanced strength, where they learn that vulnerability is courage, that rest is resistance, that their worth isn't tied to how much they can endure. That world is within our reach. But it requires each of us to be brave enough to challenge the strong Black woman stereotype in our own lives. It demands that we have the courage to be vulnerable, to ask for help, to prioritize our well-being even when it feels uncomfortable or selfish. So here's my challenge to you. Start by examining your own relationship with the strong Black woman stereotype. Ask yourself, where did I learn that I had to be strong all the time? What am I afraid would happen if I showed vulnerability? What physical signals is my body sending about my stress levels? What do I truly need but haven't allowed myself to receive? Then take one small step toward embracing this new definition of strength. Maybe it's saying no to a commitment that doesn't serve you. Maybe it's reaching out to a therapist or joining a supportive community. Maybe it's simply allowing yourself to rest without guilt. Remember, you don't have to figure this out alone. In fact, that's part of the old pattern we're breaking. Real strength includes reaching out, building community, and walking the path with sisters who understand. In the words of our Wake Up Happy Sis community mantra, I release the need to be everything to everyone. I embrace my right to be fully human. In my vulnerability, I find my true power. Your transformation awaits. Your true power, the kind that doesn't deplete you, is calling. Will you answer? As we close this transformative conversation, I want to leave you with a call to action that goes beyond just personal change. We've uncovered a truth that has the power to revolutionize not just our individual lives, but our entire community and the generations that follow. The strongest thing you can do is embrace your full humanity. Your vulnerability is not weakness, it's your superpower. Your need for rest is not laziness, it's wisdom. Your boundaries are not selfish, they're necessary. You, my sister, are not just strong. You are human. You are worthy. You are enough. Not because of what you do or how much you can endure, but simply because you exist. It's time to lay down the cape of the strong Black woman and pick up the crown of your full, glorious, vulnerable humanity. The world is waiting for the real you, not the superhero version, but the beautifully human version. But this isn't just about you. This is about all of us. This is about changing the narrative for every Black woman who's ever felt she had to be superhuman just to be seen as worthy. So, here's my challenge to you. 1, start a conversation. Share what you've learned today with another Black woman in your life, whether it's your mother, your daughter, your best friend, or a colleague. Break the silence around the pressure we face and the toll it takes. 2, practice vulnerability. Choose one area of your life where you've been trying to be strong and allow yourself to be authentically human instead. Ask for help. Express your true feelings. Rest when you need to. 3, create or join a support system. Whether it's a formal group like our Wake Up Happy Sis community or an informal circle of friends, build a network where you can be your full self without judgment. 4, challenge the stereotype. When you see the strong Black woman stereotype being perpetuated in media, in your workplace, in your family, speak up. Educate others about the harm this seemingly positive stereotype can cause. 5, prioritize your health. Schedule that checkup you've been putting off. Consider therapy or counseling. Invest in preventative care. Your health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. 6, redefine success. Take some time to reflect on what true success means to you. Is it really about how much you can endure, or is it about how fully you can live? Remember, this journey isn't about becoming weak. It's about becoming whole. It's about reclaiming the parts of ourselves that we've been taught to suppress or ignore. It's about building a new legacy of strength, one that includes softness, vulnerability, and the courage to be fully human. As you step into this new way of being, know that you're not just changing your own life. You're part of a movement, a revolution. Every boundary you set, every moment of rest you take, every time you ask for help, you're changing the narrative for all Black women. You're showing the world that our strength lies not in our ability to endure, but in our courage to be fully, authentically ourselves. You're proving that vulnerability is not weakness, but the ultimate form of power. So I ask you, are you ready to be truly strong? Are you ready to embrace your full humanity? Are you ready to lead the way in redefining what it means to be a powerful Black woman? The world is waiting for your answer. Your sisters are waiting to stand with you. Future generations are waiting to learn from your example. It's time to wake up happy, sis. It's time to thrive, not just survive. It's time to show the world the true power of a Black woman who knows her worth, honors her needs, and embraces her full, glorious humanity. The revolution starts with you, right here, right now. Are you ready? Thank you.